Hello and welcome to the Metro Sports Talk episode 2. Now we are in. I'm Anthony Gianelli,
I am Grayson Janilevich.
and Zach could not be with us today, so it's just the two of us today. So you'll get to enjoy us more today, I assume.
Oh yeah.
So I want to go ahead and start us off with because today is the 2nd of March. If you're ever watching us, not on like a different day or something like that, but we're just gonna recap of like what happened the past week and all that stuff. So, and this morning it's actually my team, Houston, going ahead for trades and all that in the NFL offseason already. Because Texans have already traded for running back David Montgomery from the Lions, sending offensive lineman Juice Scruggs and two draft picks, which are a fourth and a seventh round, to the Lions. They've also traded running right tackle Titus Howard to the Browns for a fifth round pick. So Houston's already pretty much telling the O line like, all right, you're getting rebuilt.
Yeah.
Most of y'all aren't staying. And for Titus Howard, because Titus Howard, I remember we drafted him back. What was it, around 2019, and he's been around for quite a while. And then I had a feeling we were gonna like somewhat start rebuilding it ever since we traded what's his name to the Washington Commanders last year.
Oh,
For some reason I can't think of his name. I should have written it down.
not sure. Not sure now.
Ty, oh God, I can't remember it. Oh, this is great professionalism from
Oh,
us. Oh no. We traded him from the Dolphins, because that's where he got drafted, and he was with us for a little while. The other year, his last year with us, he had so many false starts.
Oh,
Yeah, so many false start penalties, and that's
wow.
when we just traded him to Washington. What was his name? Oh no, I'll have to. We'll get back to you on that. I'll probably put it up. What the name was. Anyways, so we're gonna move on from that. The Kansas City Chiefs are planning to release right tackle Jawan Taylor instead of trading him, which they're saving $20 million against the salary cap on that. So there's another offensive lineman gone for a team. The Vikings are planning to trade both running back Aaron Jones and defensive tackle Javon Hargrave in about a month. If they cannot, then they will just both be released. So either way, that means their time with the Vikings are just done at this
Wow.
point. And that just that sucks for Aaron Jones because he was fantastic ever since they got him from the Packers. And I feel like he should have stayed with them a little bit longer, but with cap space and all that, and especially if like how like this past season the Vikings have been, it a little makes sense, but at the same time it kind of sucks for Aaron Jones as well.
Yeah, it does. I don't know. Vikings kind of had like a odd, maybe like an odd season, kind of.
Well, they had a great start because like they had JJ McCarthy starting, and then they beat the Bears like in a very big, classic style offensive shootout game,
Yeah.
which it was a fun game to watch, and then just went down for the Vikings ever since then. And
Yeah.
JJ just hasn't been that great, which he was also getting injured too, so that probably didn't help too. But it just didn't help out the Vikings. And then, of course, they've had to see Sam Darnold winning the Super Bowl with who they had last year, by the way.
I don't know.
So that's gotta be like a little nail in the shoe or something. I'm
Yeah.
not
I
great with
don't know.
metaphors.
It was a very good season though for all the NFL meme accounts though.
Yes,
Very good season.
with the JJ McCarthy having the one face or something like that
Yeah.
stuff.
There were so many just nine memes. Oh my gosh. It was
Yep,
so funny.
yep. I can't remember if CJ was part of that for a bit. Maybe I wouldn't be
He
surprised.
probably maybe.
Yeah. Anyways, so we're gonna move on, and a little bit of sad news coming out of the college world. Um, Yesterday we heard about Colorado quarterback Dominic Ponder has unfortunately passed away at the age of 23 after having a single car crash that occurred early Sunday morning. So I want to give my condolences to the Ponder family, and we're with you in this grieving time right now, and it really sucks for everybody, and especially like with athletes that have like high potential. So want to apologize on that. And I'm not great with this kind of stuff, so I apologize on that. Moving on though, USC men's basketball leading scorer Chad Baker Mazzara is now no longer with the team.
Oh,
With we have no details as of yet, but I think I have a slight idea because they were just playing Nebraska. What was it, yesterday or Saturday?
Saturday.
Saturday, and he went down in the early second half. He had a hard fall, and I guess it wasn't great. To be fair, I wasn't watching it. I was just reading up on the news on it, and he had to exit out of the game. The fact that he left the team a day later, I don't know if that's like a medical emergency, like that was really bad or not. Is my opinion. I don't know if it was like anything else.
You can't really. I wouldn't you probably have fact checked this, but I've also heard a lot of things throughout, like inside the team too, because he has a lot of, I think, arguing problems and just not being. You'll probably have to check this later, or if more stuff comes out. But I mean, he's had a lot of. He's like kind of rude, I think. But you'll just have to check that. But I think
I didn't see that.
That's definitely part of it.
I didn't see that. I just thought it was medical because, like, I saw because I get my sources from ESPN, which is credit to ESPN, and that's what I read was like I thought it was like a medical kind of thing, but I mean it could be that as well. It could be both too. If you think about it.
Because he had the ankle injury and then he went to the locker room and then he came back, but he didn't. He didn't sit with the team's bench. He like sat kind of courtside. But I also heard that he was with two other USC like staff members while sitting courtside. But I mean, that kind of looked a little weird because when he came back to the locker room, I thought he was going to come back in the game. But I mean, Nebraska kind of already separated that lead a little bit, so there was no need of him coming back in, and then just needing him to rest up and come to the next game. But now, I guess there is no next game for him.
All right. Well, his future's obviously unclear now, and that's gonna be risky for like if he ever does want to play again. Like that's gonna be a little risky for teams like looking at that, I guess, and just going like, are you gonna argue and all that stuff? And that's some things that they gotta like keep an eye on. But it's like those kind of situations I just don't understand how white players will act like that and then think like, oh, like you're not gonna get rid of me. And he was like their leading scorer, but then we all saw that he's now not with the team. So because USC's just like, all right, just don't worry about it.
Yeah, because I know USC. I think they were like, first four out right now for March Madness. So I don't know.
At this point, they're just like, whatever. We're not making March Madness anyways.
Yeah,
so
because he was also Chad Baker was also 26 years old. So I mean, that's quite the age to keep playing college basketball.
Alrighty, so he might not be able to play anymore then if that's the case.
Yeah, because I think there really is like absolutely no way he has more eligibility left.
No, especially if he's 26 years old.
Yeah.
Definitely not, because 26 years old. That's got to be like his 7th or 6th year, or maybe 8th, actually.
It's got to be long time.
Obviously.
Very long time.
I didn't think about that. Yeah. I didn't see that at all. Well, thank you for informing me on that.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, he's a good athlete. I mean, he had 14 points going into the second half, and then injury. And then
just his attitude probably wasn't certain yet. So I guess once more information comes out, we'll fact check on that. This is just our opinions right now, so don't hold us to that.
Please don't.
Please don't.
Please.
But no, yeah, that is like part of his attitude and all that stuff. That's not great at all.
No, it's not.
No. Anyway, so the NFL Combine had just got done yesterday, and right now I am looking at Mel Kiper's draft standouts, top workouts. So don't get mad at me. This is from Mel Kiper. I'm just listing what was like the best and all that stuff, which were a couple of notable players that were surprisingly really good. So first one we have is Mike Washington Jr., running back out of Arkansas. So let's see here. It says he posted a 4.33 second 40-yard dash with a 1.51 second 10-yard split. So not bad for a running back, actually.
I mean, even you probably will get to it, but I mean later on running backs I think had a good combine. I didn't watch any of it, but looking at it, they had a very good combine, especially like Ahmet Johnson coming out of Nebraska.
Yep.
He ran a 4.57.
He's going to get drafted really well, too, because this is definitely a running back-filled draft, because you got Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame, which he's definitely going to be the first running back coming out.
Yeah.
But you also have Emmett Johnson, who did try to run in the Heisman race as well, but unfortunately he did get far into it.
No.
Unfortunately. But he's been fantastic the last couple of seasons in Nebraska, and he's obviously performing very well at the Combine, which was expected, I think. But I also read this was like one of the most athletic draft rosters coming out. Not rosters, but draft classes coming out this year. So I think it'll be very fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. So his 39-inch vertical and 10'8" broad jump were also second at the position this year, behind Kentucky's Seth McGowan. So Mike Washington Jr. might be a stud. Maybe we'll have to see on that. So for last year, he ran for 1,070 yards and 8 touchdowns last season, and his 6.4 yards per rush, ranked 19 in the FBS. Obviously, Arkansas didn't have a great season, so I don't know if that didn't help anything with that though. But with how fantastic his combine was, maybe he might be like a second or a third round. If not, maybe like a late first round. We'll see though.
Yeah.
So let's see who else we have on here. I see a good amount of players on here that you don't think about. There was one quarterback coming out of Arkansas, since we're still in Arkansas. I'll have to look at his name. I did not put that down. Goodness, look at me.
I know the quarterbacks kind of had a pretty good NFL combine. I know Drew Aller did perform very well in the combine.
I thought I saw a couple throws where he I think overthrew on though. I could be wrong on that.
He might have, but I mean, I just remember seeing the one where it was a deep bomb. But I mean, hopefully that's not the same as like the propaganda for Zach Wilson when he had that super rollout deep pass.
Yeah, you never know though, and and again, I'll have to remember his name. The quarterback from Arkansas as well. Apparently, he had one of the best combine workouts, I think, in the quarterback class this year. And,
wow.
Which he's been fantastic at Arkansas for the last couple of years. And again, unfortunately, I cannot remember his name. But no, he's been pretty fantastic. Here we go. I think I have something here. Got some dead air, but
I know there was also more on Diego Pavia on his combine.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't really show any of his good throws. They showed a lot of his bad reps that he had. But I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of mixed now on Diego Pavia, just because I mean he's 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah.
I think. But I don't know how he's gonna throw over some of the linemen. But I mean, you never know what can happen with Diego Pavia. Because, I mean, he's got talent, but, I mean, I don't know if the attitude is kind of
because his attitude... Well, because that's one thing that the NFL agents and all that stuff, or draft prospects are watching these draft players, is, they'll watch, their etiquette and their attitude as well. Which I know Oregon's tight end is apparently really, really doing a good job on an interview, so he's definitely going to get drafted high.
Oh yeah,
he should at least. He's fantastic, at least when he was working out and in the interview process as well. So I think he'll be one of the best tight ends out. So I found a name, Taylen Green. I apologize if it took me a second to find that name. Taylen Green from Arkansas. But no, let's see. It was a record-setting day for Green. He started his day with a vertical jump of 43.5 inches and a broad jump of 11 feet 2 inches. Both results are best for a quarterback at the combine since at least 2003. So 22 years later.
Oh my gosh.
Makes me go, what the heck?
I know.
So it says in each measurement, best beat previous record holder Anthony Richardson Sr., who, by the way, might be traded soon from the Colts. I almost did forget to add that as well. By 3 inches. Wow. So Jalen Green might be a stud as well.
Yeah.
He lined up for the 40-yard dash and turned the fastest time for a quarterback since 2003 with a 4.36-second run. Wow. I didn't think he was that fast, though. But I could see why he had probably one of the best days for a quarterback in a while, actually. I could see why. So, NFL teams looking for a quarterback, I think they'll definitely keep an eye on Taylen Green and go from there.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the quarterbacks people were surprised with throwing at the combine was Jayden Daniels, I think it's Jayden Daniels out of Kansas. Yeah. Is it Jalen or Jaden?
I think it's Jalen Daniels.
That's what I thought. I get it mixed up with Jayden Daniels.
I know.
At Washington. No, because Which, by the way, his junior year was fantastic at Kansas, and they were probably one of the best teams to play that year, I think.
Yeah.
If I remember, my recent memory helps me out
Yeah.
with that.
But I know Kansas his last year they had like some pretty high expectations or
And they didn't really
no.
meet those. Did they even make bowl? I don't know if they made bowl.
I don't know. I think it was either a 5-7 or a
It might have
six
been
and
five
six
and
year.
seven.
Yeah.
Which I mean, Daniels played his best, obviously. Probably not like how he did his junior year, but I don't know if they put him down on
Yeah.
here.
No, because that was a projected like 8-4 Kansas team, which
Yeah,
is you'll never hear ever 8-4 Kansas 4.
four. Yeah, that was definitely something that
Yeah,
was like not nobody expected
yeah.
basically.
But I mean, huge credit to Kansas. I mean, that football program is really getting turned around.
Yep.
Recently.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Especially like now they're supposed to complete the rest of their stadium now, which does look pretty fantastic. I
Hmm.
think so. Yeah, I think it would be pretty cool. Another quarterback that I want to keep talk about is Ty Simpson out of Alabama. Now, obviously, he led Alabama to the Rose Bowl and then unfortunately lost to Indiana. But no, Simpson's obviously going into the draft, and he only participated in the throwing portion of the combine. I don't know why he didn't participate in like any other stuff. I guess, but I mean, he does normally throw. I guess, but
Yeah,
now teams are gonna question like, can he not run or something like that? Like, which he's not a really big runner from what I've heard.
yeah. But
So
is it like really uncommon for players to like opt out of certain things though?
I think it
Like,
is. I don't know honestly. I'll have to look
'cause I'm
into
not
that.
sure either. Because I know like some people like opt out of like the 40-yard dash or something and then go straight into like drills.
Yeah, I guess like to save their energy for the drills maybe, but I don't know.
I have no idea either.
I mean, it says here where he had a very clean workout, showed good ball placement, and the timing of his footwork with the routes he was throwing improved as the workout progressed. So scouts wanted to see if he was fully healthy after being injured during the backstretch of last season. The 6'1" tall, 211-pound Simpson is a strong contender to be second quarterback off the board, and his performance Saturday helped further his QB2 case by Reed from ESPN. So credit to Reed. But no, yeah, I could see him being a second quarterback off because like how far because he had a 17-point comeback against Oklahoma in the first round of the playoffs, which fantastic game I think.
Yeah.
So and he led them to the Rose Bowl again, and I mean that's when Indiana pretty much were like, all right, this is where you stop.
Oh yeah.
God, what a year from Indiana. Which, by the way, we all know Fernando Mendoza is gonna get drafted. He will obviously be the first quarterback I saw where he would love to get mentored by Brady. So I think that pretty much means it's definitely going to be Las Vegas drafting him because Brady is part owner of the Raiders now.
Yeah.
So I think that'll definitely be a good case for him to be with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Now the question is, will he start right away? Is the question.
I don't know because what's the quarterback battle at
So
Las Vegas?
Geno, I don't know. Did they release him yet? I don't know if he's staying. As far as I know, it's Geno Smith. Let me look real quick, actually, because I know Geno Smith is still there.
Yeah, but I mean, I would think Fernando Mendoza would get. Maybe he won't start immediately, but I think either halfway into the season or even more than halfway into the season,
Yeah.
depending on how Las Vegas, if they keep playing like Las Vegas, Fernando Mendoza should start.
Okay, so other than Geno Smith, they have Aiden O'Connell, good old
Purdue.
Purdue legend there, and another legend from Pittsburgh, Kenny Pickett. I forgot he's been around a lot ever since getting drafted from the Steelers.
Yeah, I didn't realize he landed on Vegas now.
So, because he went to the Browns for a bit, and then obviously he was with the Eagles when they won Super Bowl last year, so he totally got a ring now. So I guess Raiders is where he was after his stint with the Eagles, probably. So, but that's nice to know that he was with the Raiders. So they at least have like some quarterbacks they can like start with, and before they put Fernando in, because like they got O'Connell. I'm if I remember right, I'm pretty sure he started a couple games already, if not at least one. And then Kenny Pickett, well, he's already started games for the Steelers, so
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, that's a lot of like not because that's not outside of like Geno Smith. That's kind of a lot of couple of young fairly young guys.
Yeah, which makes me think probably Kenny Pickett's probably going to move on again, actually, because obviously when they draft Fernando, that's going to be 4 quarterbacks, assuming they don't draft like or sign another quarterback in the offseason.
Yeah.
So one of those guys is probably like either O'Connell or Pickett's probably going to go, but I don't know which one. But
Yeah.
Smith,
I feel like Geno Smith has to stay just because of the
I don't.
veteran.
I thought I saw something where he was getting released, but I could be wrong.
I don't think so.
I might have.
I feel like for me personally, I don't think he can. I don't think he should.
No, because like after like obviously 1 year, like it didn't go well, and especially with a coach he played with in Seattle, it's like it go away. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes for the draft, which is, by the way, in late April. So be ready for when the draft happens, and draft will be in Pittsburgh this year.
Oh, Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'll be stopping in Pittsburgh. So that'll be pretty interesting to do.
I'm just praying the Browns don't do something just dumb.
It's AFC North. You know there's gonna be something either from the Browns, Ravens, maybe the Bengals too. Someone's gonna say something.
I just don't want to see 4 more quarterbacks on this roster anymore. Just
I don't know. It sounds like they might go for Simpson actually, from what I've heard.
I don't want them to draft a quarterback. I really don't. I really don't.
Even though they drafted 2 last year.
I know.
Because I figured, because the first one, whose first went off? It was Gabriel, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And then they get Sanders. I'm like, you got 2?
Yeah.
2?
I don't know.
Like, I know Sanders was there for a while.
Yeah.
It's just like, why?
From what I heard, Shedeur, it was one of those picks where it's just like, oh, he's still up there.
Yeah.
Might as well grab him.
Which, I mean, they've had a problem at quarterback for a while. So I guess they were like, screw it. We'll just get 2, see how that goes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're still thinking about getting Ty Simpson or not. So we'll have to see. Everybody thinks Ty will go to the Jets, though, which I think might be a better pick for him. Because, unfortunately, like, they signed Justin Fields for this past season, but it didn't work out well.
Mm-hmm.
So I know they had, what's his name, from Missouri that played a couple years back. What was it? Something Brady.
Something Brady. Oh.
Or might be like Brady.
Wasn't Drew Lock? Not Drew
Lock. No, Drew Lock's I think still Seattle.
Oh God. Oh yeah, obvious.
He's got it right now, so he's like, oh.
Not Drew Lock. It was. I know who you're talking about. I do know who you're talking about.
I suck at names, unfortunately, so that's why I'm gonna be really bad at this kind of stuff.
Names are rough. I mean, names are rough. I'm not even gonna bother. I can't use my brain power. It's not gonna work.
That's
not gonna work.
Yeah. I want to continue talking about the combine. Carnell Tate, the wide receiver coming out of Ohio State, who might be like one of the first wide receivers off the board, possibly. I don't know. So Tate's combine got off to an interesting start when he measured at 6'2", 192 pounds, which is lower than what he was listed at Ohio State. So he went down in weight. Ooh. So I don't know if that means like he was trying to slim down or what. Which I mean could be bad. So with that context, his 40 was a disappointing 4.54 seconds. Slower than like what he usually was, because usually he was fast at Ohio State, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he was. I don't know if that'll affect anything, because I heard Carnell Tate's like a first round, maybe even higher than that pick.
It says here speed isn't the biggest factor in this game, but the speed questions could be renewed after comparing his time to the other top wide receivers. The good news for Tate, so Puka Nacua ran for 4.57 at the combine while measuring 6'2" and at 201 pounds, and it's become one of the league's best player thanks to his running hands. Those are also Tate's strength, and that is by Miller from ESPN. But I mean, yeah, like as long as he can catch and all that stuff, because like yes, you have like a decent amount of like fast guys, and then nothing wrong with being fast. But it reminds me of like as long as you're like you can catch it, I think you'll be just fine. And he's been catching, so I think he'll be just fine.
Yeah.
But it is a little disappointing, like on the speed wise for him, because like you think he'd be a little bit faster.
It does.
At least that's what it looked like when he would play for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, if you can like go out there, run a good route, and then come down with the ball, I feel like it shouldn't mean that much. But I mean, hopefully, it'll translate to NFL, and then maybe he gets faster throughout those years in the NFL.
Yeah. So I want to. You remember Garrett Nussmeier for LSU?
Yeah.
So he's in the draft combine this year, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So This starts throwing to receivers you just met in an unfamiliar environment is difficult for every quarterback, which makes quality performance that much more impressive. Nussmeier threw with commanding velocity, very good ball placement, and executed well, throwing to every level. This was a player with round one hype before senior season that was riddled with injuries, but the arrow is now pointing up for the 6'2", 203-pound Nussmeier with a round two a real possibility, also by Miller from ESPN. So Nussmeier might be a possible steal, maybe.
Yeah, I mean that's good for Nussmeier. What you just said. I think he was Heisman favorite. His team was top 5 preseason, and
then like the stuff with like his coach and all that stuff, like wasn't helping, I guess. Like especially which, so Brian Kelly was coach for the LSU Tigers, and midway through the season, which they weren't doing very well, they decided to fire Brian Kelly, and after he was fired, a lot of bad stuff about Brian Kelly came out, like how he was like demanding players. Like there was like there was a player that I don't know if I remember Lacey or something like that. I don't know if I got his name.
Was it Kyron Lacey?
Yeah, that unfortunately passed
Yeah.
back then, and I guess like he didn't really care about Lacey or anything like that. So, but there was like a couple other stuff like that, like how he never really wanted like an actual thing with players or anything like that, and like there was like somebody like asking Brian Kelly, "Hey, can you like talk to him like to the player or something?" And it was like an injured player like that couldn't play football no more. Brian Kelly just like shoved it away or something like that. Apparently.
Wow.
But I don't know full on, but it wasn't a good situation anyways, from what it sounded like.
Yeah.
Like being fired and all that stuff. Brian Kelly something like he was happy getting fired apparently. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Just a lot of like interesting stuff just came out of that. So that's like something like we'll have to like look back on. I assume.
Yeah. Even that college football season, there was a lot of drama throughout. The coaches all in general, just whether being fired or just a lot of that. There's a lot of open spots up for grabs in the college football.
A lot too, but like, I mean, we all now know who is now the coach for LSU, which is I can't think of his name. He coached at Ole Miss.
Yeah, he coached at Ole Miss.
Yeah. Why?
Oh my gosh.
You too?
I know who that is.
Oh no. Why? Oh. I had to write more of this stuff down. I have to.
and they face each other. He has to.
Yeah.
He has to go to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Oh.
This dude is like the most well-known coach in SEC.
Yeah, and like the way he left at Ole Miss was like definitely questionable as well.
I don't care if this is unprofessional. All right, this one I'm going to find
Yeah,
out.
Yeah.
I'm going to find out.
I can't believe we can't remember his name. God, why am I so bad with names?
Why?
Oh.
Lane Kiffin.
Thank you. That's an easy name too.
I know.
Oh, I think it's because like I have to read like so many other names as well that it just like gets pushed in the back of my mind as well.
Again, names are just difficult.
Yeah.
Even most well-known ones.
Yeah. So it'll be a little interesting to see how that goes. Kenyon Sadiq, the tight end out of Oregon, that was the one who was doing really well with interviews. So right here on the thing it says labeled as a contentious tight end. I don't know if I said that right. Tight end 1 of the class. Sadiq entered the combine with heightened expectations. The 6'3", 241-pounder lived up to the hype, running a 4.440. Wow. But the most impressive part of his testing came during the jumps, as he finished with a 43.5-inch vertical and leaped 11'1" in the broad jump. Oh Sadiq is likely a top 20 pick who will unquestionably be the first tight end off the board. And that is from Reed from ESPN. Definitely going to be probably one of the best tight ends come out of his draft class, obviously. Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if he would, like, if he lives up to the hype, he would get, like, Rookie of the Year or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see how it goes, obviously. We don't want to get too far into it.
Yeah.
But no, like, with how, like, this combine's going, like, it's definitely going to be one of the best classes I think I've ever seen coming out. So draft day is definitely going to be interesting. Yeah. But with how off season's already starting, with my team doing all the trades, there's definitely going to be more teams doing stuff like that. Like this isn't going to be the only one, but this is what makes off season very great. Is like general managers and all that stuff will get to work, and then Dude, they're magic pretty much.
And don't be surprised if there's trades during the NFL draft too.
Oh,
Don't be
definitely.
surprised at all.
I remember when AJ Brown, which I mean, AJ Brown's gonna probably get traded from Philadelphia at some point, but I remember when the Titans traded AJ Brown during the draft, like a
Ooh.
couple years back to the Eagles.
Ooh.
Oh, that was the start of a downfall for
Yeah.
Tennessee because like before that, Tennessee was doing fantastic, and that was when Ryan Tannehill was, I think, still with Tennessee. I don't think he is anymore. I think he retired.
I think he definitely did too.
Yeah, I haven't heard about him in a while, but it was when he went to Tennessee, won comeback player of the year after his first year there, and he also had AJ Brown. Who else did they have there? That was fantastic. Oh, they had Derrick Henry at
Derrick
running back as
Henry.
well. I was trying to remember who else they had at wide receiver. Probably not like a whole lot of names, but Tennessee looked like a predominant. Like they even made it to the AFC Championship game, and then had to face Kansas City, of course.
Yeah.
But they also had one coach. Oh
Gosh.
no, not again. Uh,
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel.
Mike
There we go.
Vrabel.
Okay, Mike Vrabel. Yes, obviously he went to the Super Bowl this year with the Patriots, but before that, he was with the Titans and probably one of the best like AFC South squads I think at the time. But then ever since trading AJ Brown to the Eagles during the draft, which I think after like in during that same draft they got like Traylon Burks. That didn't go out really well, and then it was a downcline, and then they had to fire Vrabel and they're here they are now with Cam Ward at quarterback, and I mean Tennessee still has a bright future, especially
Yeah.
with Cam Ward, but it just that's what happened. Like unfortunate, like what happened, like with how that good of a squad came.
Yeah. I think if Cam Ward if they can just give him just some more help, I think there definitely can be a future for him. And I mean, he's the quarterback, so I'm pretty sure you're gonna want to build a team
Oh,
around your
definitely.
quarterback.
Well, especially
So,
like how he did his college year. Like, yeah, definitely you want to build around him with how
hmm
good he was at Miami.
yeah.
So I wouldn't be too surprised on that. All right, so we're gonna take a break from football. You want to go? Because I know you want college
Oh
basketball.
yeah.
Because it is March, everybody. You know what that means. March Madness,
Madness.
baby.
Oh yeah.
Whoa. And before we get into it, I know that Nebraska's definitely going to make it with how good they've been this season. Unfortunately, they have a couple of unfortunate losses, but last time I checked, they were number 12. So that's still impressive for how they've normally been.
hmm
Creighton, meanwhile, I don't know if they're gonna make it with
I don't.
how
I don't think they can now. I actually don't think they
they just
can.
lost. Who did they lose to the other night?
They just lost to Providence
Yeah,
on senior
so
day.
I don't think they're gonna make it.
No.
But you had a good run.
Oh yeah.
Let Nebraska take this one.
No. It was. It was. It was just so rough because they got swept by DePaul that season.
Yep.
And that already is a really bad sign because DePaul is known for being really bad at basketball. But I mean, hats off to DePaul this year. That head coach is doing some crazy work out there in DePaul.
Are DePaul gonna make the March Madness? I haven't checked their records yet.
Unfortunately, I don't think they will, but I mean, I think they're definitely NIT or crown bound,
Nice.
which is still really good for DePaul because DePaul usually scratches away with like 10 wins.
Yeah.
And now I think they're above 500 now, which is
Nice.
again, everything
That's where you want to be technically. Is like
yeah.
every winning team you want to be at least above 500.
Yeah. No, everything's going good for DePaul this year. Creighton not, but I mean, they still got one more game against Butler. I want to
Butler, yeah.
Butler, which again that could go either way because I mean, Big East can be relatively a competitive conference.
Especially if you have like Gonzaga. Well, I don't know because Gonzaga is not going to be part of the Pac-12, but I don't know. They're just, the basketball is going to be part. No, basketball is going to be part of Pac-12 now, so they won't be in the Big East anymore.
Gonzaga?
Yeah.
Gonzaga plays West Coast Conference.
Yeah, but they are changing to Pac-12 for 2026, which I think I don't know if it already happened or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but I know
For some reason I thought Gonzaga. I'm sorry if I interrupted. I thought Gonzaga was supposed to have a football team. I thought, but apparently not.
No,
I was like,
think
oh,
so.
that would be nice if they had football back.
Did they used to have? I have
think
no
they-
idea if Gonzaga used to have
I
a
think
football
they
team
did
or not.
before, but it was like a while ago. I was reading
Yeah.
something on it, and it was like a while ago, but no.
I know. I didn't know that. But I mean, AP Top 25 just came out recently. Yep. So we have Duke still number 1, Arizona number 2, Michigan 3, UConn 4. Florida jumps up to 5.
Not surprised, because which you think? Well, I don't know if it's the same squad they've had last year, like when they won the championship. But like 5, it's still pretty good for Florida, though.
Yeah, but I mean, Florida's kind of had a not weird season, but it's kind of been It's been roller coaster because they started like top 5.
Oh, okay.
Went down to even unranked. They went down to unranked, and now they've came all the way back top 5.
Oh, so a good comeback for them then.
Yeah.
At least they'll make it in the playoffs.
Yeah, because Florida's pretty sure a March lock now.
Nice.
And then we got Iowa State at number 6, Houston 7, Spartans 8. Nebraska jumped up to 9 after number 12. They're now back in the top 10.
We'll see how far we get into this. I don't know how far we will, but let's be thankful that Nebraska is at least getting into this kind of stuff this far. Yeah. So
let's make this the norm now
for
Nebraska basketball. Let's make this the norm.
I know we're trying to do it with football, but for basketball, let's try to do it as well, okay?
I know. And I don't know, I got high hopes for next season for Nebraska basketball too. I mean, you got some people staying. Obviously, the people who are leaving is going to suck. But, I mean, new adjustments with Colin Rice, who's upcoming from Iowa, and then the other 4-star from Iowa.
Yep.
Which are very good. I mean, they're both... Colin Rice, I know, is top 100 in 247 Rivals on their website. But, I mean,
depends on how many, I guess, they get from the metro area, too. Because I think Matt Rhule... Well, wait, why am I saying Matt Rhule? Oh, my God. But I know for how Nebraska does their sports, they love to do metro areas. They'll love to come to Omaha, maybe even Lincoln, and some of the small towns like Columbus, Grand Island, Kearney. They love to go to more of the local towns and cities and get product from there.
Mm-hmm. But I know Nebraska basketball, they have a 5-star who's going to be on an official visit, 5-star Ryan Hampton.
Nice.
On an official visit for Nebraska, Iowa.
Nice.
So please be Iowa. Yes. Just please be Iowa.
This is one of the nice things we don't have Zach for, because he'll just say, no, go to Iowa.
I know. He would shut this whole thing down. This would be shut down.
It would be.
But, I mean, Ryan Hampton, again, I don't know what his thoughts are on where he's committing, because he's the 2027 class, so I mean, he still has time.
Sometime, yeah. But, I mean, I would hope so that he would go for basketball, because I noticed, and it's the same thing, I know I'm going back to football, but, I noticed we're getting a lot more 5- and 4-star signings, because, I know we got a 5-star who's going to be playing at, Millard South or something like that soon, so, which, that's pretty nice. He's coming in the metro area. I hit the mic. And, but no, it's the same thing with, basketball. I think volleyball, too. And
volleyball they're just going to be good.
Oh, volleyball's always good. I'm not too worried.
They're going to be good. Yeah. It's just good.
But it's how they get 5-star and 4-star people coming in and all that stuff.
Yeah. Because even if they don't commit here, I think it's still a good sign they're going in the right direction, that they're at least coming to visit and at least spend some of their time to come to Nebraska. Yeah. It's good to see that they're, kind of maybe in the back of their heads a little bit. Even if it's not their decision, it's good to know they still thought of Nebraska.
Yeah, which, I remember, a little back when Nebraska wasn't getting a whole bunch of recruits like that, and, except for volleyball, obviously, but, for basketball, for basketball, I think both men's and women's, and it's kind of rough, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was a little bit rough, but, I just don't know, because sometimes the players that come to Nebraska sometimes, unfortunately, don't turn out how they were transferred or expected to be.
Yeah.
But then again, that's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess.
Well, definitely with NIL, I think that does also help play a big part in it, which I know gives some of schools a big advantage technically, depending on how much money they have as well.
Yeah, because it does favor, I think, Nebraska a little bit, because Nebraska they've got good funding for that.
They do.
NIL. Very good. And then, all right, coming back, Texas Tech number 10, Illinois 11, Gonzaga number 12.
It's weird seeing Gonzaga, they're still making it, but I'm used to seeing them in the top ranks of higher ranks. Yeah, but hey, 12 is still not bad for them.
Because I'll come back to who they lost to. Now we got number 13 Virginia, 14 Kansas, who's kind of had, gosh, I don't know, Kansas Kansas weirds. They weird me out.
Kansas the one that fired the coach, or was that Kansas State? I can't remember which
It was
one.
Kansas State.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember if it was Kansas for some reason.
With their head coach who had a crazy Elite Eight. I think it was either Elite Eight or Final Four run that they had in a couple years ago. Oh, never forget. Never forget.
And then that's
but
the fall.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't mean to laugh, but I mean, yeah.
I mean, this is how it is with some sports teams, unfortunately.
Yeah, because Kansas had a weird run. Because when they faced Arizona, I thought maybe they had a good chance, but then they got destroyed.
Did they get destroyed by?
Arizona. Kansas lost to Arizona.
I thought you were saying they won against Arizona. My bad.
No, but then again, coming back to that, they've had some good. Kansas has had some good wins. I can't really remember them clearly at all. But I mean, they've had good wins, which is why they're 14.
Yeah.
But I mean, Darren Peterson, I don't know. I think he just needs to play. Maybe play a little bit more. But then, now we got number 15, Purdue, 16, Bama, 17, North Carolina, 18, St. John's, 19, Miami, Ohio, who's the only undefeated team left. College basketball.
You serious?
Miami, Ohio.
Because I remember I saw a graphic where and this was before Nebraska started losing some of their games. So, where Nebraska was undefeated, Miami, Ohio. Who else was it that was undefeated?
I think it was Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan, which they won the Big Ten, if I remember correctly, right? That's what I just saw?
Yeah.
Yeah, which, good on you, Michigan. Good job.
Whatever, Michigan.
Whatever.
And then number 20, Arkansas. Then number 21, St. Mary's, who beat Gonzaga for the last...
St. Mary's?
St. Mary's.
We got our Cinderella team. St. Mary's is a Cinderella team.
St. Mary's is always...
Are they always a Cinderella team, though?
Not quite like a Cinderella, but they've always split. I'm not... you'd be surprised. They've always split with Gonzaga, because, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think anyone pays attention to the West Coast Conference. But I do when it comes to Gonzaga and St. Mary's, because their rivalry is, fun to watch. 9:30 p.m., games over at, 11:30, and you just see St. Mary's. I'll always remember when they beat Gonzaga when they were number 1. Oh my gosh, it was 11:30 at night, and they were just storming the court. I was like, this got to be good for St. Mary's. But sometimes they kind of have a decent reputation for March Madness. I mean, they get it. They always get in. But I mean, they don't ever go relatively far. Usually round of 32, maybe Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Then again, moving on, number 22, Miami, 23, Tennessee, 24, Vanderbilt, number 25, St. Louis. And Vanderbilt surprises me because Vanderbilt was one of those teams that was really good at the beginning of the season because they were also one of the undefeated teams left.
Oh, yeah, and then it kind of went down, huh?
It's been really unfortunate for Vanderbilt. And then St. Louis, I mean, they were up there too, but they had an unfortunate loss.
Yeah.
Which has brought them down to number 25. But I mean, who cares about St. Louis when Nebraska's back in the top 10?
Nebraska, baby. It's weird to see them going to, because I know last year did they make March Madness? I thought they did.
No, they were the crown winners, the very first ever crown tournament.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because, they were at least doing decent. Unfortunately, didn't get enough. But, they still made the crown, which did help them. And I think that's what helped them to basically today. There is one team that is definitely in the metro area that I remember that pretty much almost made, if they made, the March Madness tournament. Omaha Mavericks. UNO, which they made a bit of news, unfortunately, because a little bit last week we had the biggest sinkhole here in Omaha.
Oh.
Which was by their campus, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's literally a video or a picture, and it just shows in the corner, it says UNO.
Oh.
I don't know which facility. It was one of their campus buildings. But I know one of their athletic athletes did help with the drivers because they were literally right there, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And they helped them get out of the sinkhole. So good on them. It was the women's basketball players,
I think it might have been, yeah.
It was either basketball or volleyball. I could be wrong, on one or the other.
I don't really remember, but I remember seeing the video. It was just the two cars just sitting there, and then...
And it definitely is getting a lot of traction on social media because SportsCenter reposted it.
Really?
Sports Center, yes, but I think it's because like UNO athletes were helping out as well. But
Yeah.
the fact that Sports Center reposted it, I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
this is what we're getting famous for.
I feel like there's got to be something. There's got to be something better to post out there.
I mean, it's technically well, yeah, but you never know. Like
Yeah.
they'll always have like interns doing social medias and all this stuff, so they
Mhm.
probably saw that and it was like, oh, let's repost it.
Yeah, get that.
Yep, pretty much.
Wow.
So it's nice to see that we're getting traction on media for sinkholes or big ass potholes. Excuse my language.
Nice.
Yeah.
How fun is that?
Yep.
But then again, Nebraska, this makes them now like 4-3 seed.
Yep.
Going into March Madness, which is huge.
That's definitely huge.
Which I want them sitting there. I think that's fine. I don't want them really going any higher because one, I don't think they really can. Because if they want to get that higher seed, it'll definitely depend on the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah.
Which right now, they're on pace for. Because right now they have the top 4 seed for the Big Ten tournament. Because right now they're number 2, I think, Big Ten tournament wise, which gives them that triple bye.
Yeah.
Which will give them their first game in the Big Ten tournament, which will give them a fairly difficult opponent, I would say. But I mean, Nebraska could win the Big Ten tournament. They really can.
I could see them doing it.
Yeah. There's so many. There's like 4 or 5 teams that can honestly win the Big Ten tournament. Any one of them.
Obviously, Purdue's a big one.
Purdue's a big one. Nebraska, Michigan, Michigan State.
It's in Nebraska again.
Oh.
That's yeah. I got you. Nebraska facing itself. Oh, yeah. That's tough.
But I mean, still, did you say Illinois? Illinois.
Illinois might be one of them. Yeah.
Illinois with Keaton Wagler. I mean, that dude's just good. He's just good at basketball.
Yeah, so obviously a good amount of like difficult teams to go up against, but we still have a decent shot, I think, and just be grateful that we at least got this far. I think that's just what I'm gonna say.
I don't even care about the Big Ten tournament. Just win a game in March. Just win a game in March Madness.
Just at least win a game, and then we'll all be happy.
Exactly. I don't even care if you lose in the second round, bro.
It's like the same as like when Nebraska football went back to the bowl game for like the first time in 10 years. And we're just like, just win. That's all we care about. Just win a bowl game. And we won the Bad Boy Millers last year, and that was sweet. That was pretty sweet.
Taking down, what was that, Bowling Green? No, it was
no.
It was Boston College. Boston College.
And of course, guess who coaches Boston College? Bill O'Brien. So that was pretty sweet for me.
Nice.
Yes. If you're confused by that, Bill O'Brien used to be the coach for Houston Texans, and he was the one that traded DeAndre Hopkins away.
Ooh.
I'm still pissed about that, by the way, but it is what it is.
Ooh.
Yeah, because he decided to act like as a general manager, and he got not back, basically. He got David Johnson back for it, and we all know how that went. That didn't go really well. So, yeah, Bill O'Brien, I probably shouldn't be saying it, but I was happy when we got that win. So, anyways, we're going to still go basketball, but we're going to go in the NBA. I know we're pretty much getting really well into the season, so I want to look at standings real quick. In the Eastern Conference, Detroit Pistons is number 1. The Pistons is number 1.
They're a dominant number 1 right now.
They are, and I'm just looking at like the win and loss, like just comparing it to the number 2 team, Boston Celtics. So Detroit has 45 wins, Boston has 40, but Detroit only has 14 losses. Boston only has 20 losses. That's just it says PCT. I'm pretty sure it means like points, like point percentage or percentage.
Percentage, yeah.
Yeah. 0.763 for Detroit and then 0.667 for Boston. So the big difference there.
Oh yeah.
But this is like that just shows like how Detroit is like doing really well this year. But it's pretty fantastic to see.
And then you see the 7 through 10 for the Eastern Conference pretty much staying the same as it's been the last like 4 or 5 years.
Orlando, Miami, Atlanta, and Charlotte. But it's weird seeing Milwaukee being down there, like not in the top 10 though. Yeah. And it pains to see Chicago because we all remember that Chicago had a fantastic start to the season, and then just
it's just been awful.
It was
Because usually Chicago's always in the mix of the 7 through 10 too. They always get sprinkled in there. They don't ever make it out.
Yeah.
of the play-in, but I
And
mean,
it's just not doing great for them.
no.
No.
And Charlotte Hornets, they were at one point like 20-30, I think, and
Yeah.
they went on a fat winning streak,
Yeah.
which has brought them to here. So, they've got good pieces out in Charlotte. So they could still climb up the rankings too.
Yeah.
Like they can get out of the 7 through 10 and get maybe like 7 or 6.
I can see that happening.
Yeah.
But that's the Eastern Conference, and this is what we'll up more in the Western Conference. Obviously, Oklahoma City Thunder are 1, and obviously with their record, like obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, number 2 is San Antonio Spurs, whatever. Number 3, Houston Rockets, baby.
I don't know why, but I'm a little surprised by that.
I am too, actually, because like it's been an up and down season, especially since we have 37 wins and 22 losses. So and right behind us is Minnesota Timberwolves, and they have 38 wins and 23 losses. So we're kind of close to them. So if we end up losing any more, obviously we'll go down very fast. But just looking at that. But it's nice that we're at least number 3, and if we keep up the wins and all that, and hopefully we'll get back in the playoffs again.
Yeah, literally I think Rockets will make the playoffs, but I mean, at the end of the day, just beat the teams that you need to beat. Just beat the teams that you need to beat, and then, well, if you just win games in general, you don't have to worry about your seeding for the playoffs. But I mean, no, the 3 through like 7, they're all literally neck and neck within 1 and 2 games. So I mean, that could all get scrambled around.
Yes, that's gonna be really interesting to see how this goes, because Denver is in 5, the Lakers are in 6, and then you look at 7 through 10, the Suns, the Warriors, the Clippers, and the Trailblazers.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at the bottom 5, and of course Mavericks is one of them. 39 losses. Well, I mean, it could be worse than Sacramento.
Yeah, Sacramento.
And Utah, which, I mean, Utah's been benching players left and right, same with Indiana, so I'm not surprised on that. But
I'm surprised. Maybe I just don't keep up, but I don't know how the Lakers are number 6 when DeAndre Ayton is on that team.
Injuries, I think? Because I could have sworn there was like a couple injuries, but I don't know. Like
maybe, but I mean...
Well, they got Luka now, obviously.
Yeah.
We all remember what happened last year. That was something of a trade. Yeah. I don't know why that happened still, but whatever.
I don't know. I think we'll have an interesting...
finish to the season, basically.
And then a fun playoffs.
Yeah.
We'll have a fun playoffs.
I think so, too. So it'll be definitely fun to watch.
Rockets, just get out of the first round. Just get out of the first round.
If you get out of the first round, we're proud of you.
Yes. That's all I want. And just not face the Warriors.
The past couple, decades, it's been a struggle us getting out of the first round, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I don't know, because there's the one year, 2016.
Oh, yeah.
James Harden, Chris Paul, and then Chris Paul goes down. Warriors win the series and goes to the finals. So that was...
yeah, I remember. Okay, yeah, I almost forgot about that one.
That sits in the brain.
Yeah.
Not nicely at all.
You had to remind me.
Yeah. And there's plenty more seasons in the playoffs where the Warriors beat the Rockets. Plenty more.
I swear to God, if we play them again.
I know. I keep texting my older brother.
Warriors, can you do me a favor and say it on the top 6 this time? We'll be happy with that, okay?
Don't make the play-in tournament. Just don't make the play-in tournament.
Just not this time. Thank you.
Maybe Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis
just goes undefeated for the rest of the season. And then,
I don't know. We'll see, because it's only 23 wins and 36 losses, so that is going to be a big hill to climb. Because how many games do we have left? Let me see. Schedule. We'll see if it. I gotta load.
Looks like we got around 20.
Yeah, 20 games left. So,
still anything could happen in the Western Conference. Probably not more of the bottom 5 or the bottom 5. But again, a huge mix-up for.
Well, anything can happen basically. So we'll just have to keep an eye on
anything could happen.
All right. So we pretty much got over the most important stuff. Anything else you want to go over?
Just Nebraska. Just win. My prediction for Nebraska is I think for Big Ten, to end the season, they still got UCLA and Iowa.
Yep.
Both those games are going to be very difficult. Again, still coming. Nebraska's still on the West Coast, facing UCLA. UCLA coming off of some good wins, but then again, the loss to Minnesota, that's going to hurt them.
Yeah.
But Nebraska, I think, wins. They beat UCLA. Home game against Iowa. One would hope that they would win against Iowa.
Of all teams, please win against Iowa. If we somehow lose to them, because how well is Iowa doing actually? I don't think I've ever checked their.
Iowa coming off of, I don't think it really matters how Iowa is going this season, because the game, Nebraska versus Iowa, that game will always it'll always be a different type of basketball being played.
Rivalries just matter at this point.
It literally just means more for Iowa, especially when they beat them. When Nebraska Nebraska lost to Iowa. It just meant more. But honestly, Nebraska could go 2-0, and they could go 0-2.
Yeah, one way or another. Yeah. You never know.
And then going into the Big Ten tournament, I want them to win at least one game just to keep their seeding for March. And then March, just Sweet 16. Sweet 16 bound, and then that's my prediction for Nebraska. That's all I have.
That's pretty good.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
I like it. It's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
I think that's it, honestly. I don't know if there's anything else there is.
That's all I had to add, honestly.
Yeah. All right. Well, we want to thank you so much for tuning in and watching this. Thank you for watching episode 2. I am Anthony Giannelli.
Grayson Janilevich.
And we will see you all another time. Goodbye.